I want to at this time also introduce my other co-presenters.
Okay, my name is Judy Katzen. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hi, my name is Lilybeth Obrecht, and I am in Ashland, Virginia.
I'm Richard Lassiter. I've been working with this program for all my adult life. I love working with energy and the chakras, and I haven't found a system that keeps me more on the cutting edge of what works than this does. So I'm excited to be part of this team tonight.
I'm coming to you from Southwest Georgia, and like Richard, I've been involved in this all my adult years. It's given me a lot of self-direction and tools and techniques that I could use to really feel like I could master my situation. Some of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight has to do with addressing the fact that so many people are unhappy in our society. The United States is like 18th in the world when the social scientists poll people about their sense of happiness. Well, that has a lot to do with feeling fulfilled inside. It has a lot to do with feeling in control of your life. And we feel we have some tools and techniques to help people in that area. We're not trying to prove anything to anybody. We're just sharing what's worked for us. You might find you have some questions along the way. What I want you to do is just build a mental shelf, and you'll find that maybe we answer that question before we get to the question and answer section. But before we get started, let's do just a little bit of relaxation. Breathing and deep breathing always is a helpful way to get more relaxed. So go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. Just tune into your breathing. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And breathe in again really deeply. And then back out. And just one more time. Deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and then a deep breath out. The New Spiritual Horizons programs focuses on the fact that you are energy. So am I. So is Richard, all the other presenters, we're all energy. And all of us are here as spiritual beings to learn and grow. And in the next slide, we're going to cover some more areas, but some other points that we're going to be covering today has to do with having the ability to have a sense of inner peace no matter what your situation. Ideas and ways for you to sort of brighten your light so you can be a healing light for yourself, your environment, your loved ones. Having some information about your own dis-ease and how you can turn that into a sort of a natural immunity. And giving you a chance to start to know the real you. When you do that, you start to have a sense of joy and be more solution-oriented. All of us really have a unique resilience inside. We're going to be working with the energy centers of the body. They're also called chakras. We're going to give you some ideas and ways to enhance your self-acceptance, which deals with your inflow of energy from the universe, and also to enhance your giving of yourself, your self-love, we call it outflow, and techniques to open both of those energy centers more. We're also going to work with a technique to help you heal and balance all of your energetic centers. There's 7 in all we'll be working with over the next 3 parts. And then the very last thing that we're going to be sharing about is a technique where you can start to share that love and inner peace with the world through an environmental type of uplifting technique. So with that, we're going to go ahead and go on to slide 2. You are energy. You are here to learn and grow. You have a unique life purpose. You have inner guidance, and you are free. Those are the 5 basic things that Inner Peace, the New Spiritual Horizons program, which is sponsored by the Inner Peace Movement International, is all about. And we have a follow-up program that's going to go into that way more in depth. At this time, I'm going to turn over the program to Judy to have her go a little bit deeper into our content.
Thank you, Kathleen. But before we do that, I think you wanted to do sensing your energy or your
I did, Judy. And I had it written down, but I forgot it. Let's do that because we talked about how your energy a couple times already. Let's feel your energy. So just put your hands together. Now, you don't have to put them up as high as mine, but I'm doing it so you can see them. And then take your hands apart and then bring them close, but don't have them touch. And just feel what you're feeling there. And play around with it a little bit. Take your hands out a little bit further. And then maybe even further yet. And if you could put in the chat what you're feeling there. For me, I usually feel some type of force there, sort of a magnetism type of thing. And everybody experiences it different. All right. So just remember that your hands have tremendous healing energy in them. And we work with techniques to use that healing energy to heal your whole body. And that's part of some of our follow-up programs. Now I'll turn it over to Judy.
Thank you, Kathleen. I love that technique because it helps me feel my own energy. Let's look at the next slide. And this slide shows the chakras, the centers of spiritual power in the human body according to the traditional look. You notice that the individual chakras are emphasized, not the flow of the energy through all of them. In our program, we emphasize more of the flow. So let's see that slide, what it looks like. Your energy flow. So our work with the chakras emphasizes the smooth and balanced flow through all the energy centers rather than focusing on the individual chakra. It also starts with number 1, which we get energy from the universe. And from the universe or spirit, it then flows through. This was channeled by Dr. Francisco Cole. And it was a different way of looking at the chakras at that time. It fits with modern spiritual science that we get energy from the universe. And 100% energy is available in each of the 7 chakras. So what cuts off the energy? Why would our energy be low? It's our state of consciousness in the 7 key areas. And that determines, and basically it's our concepts and what we're thinking that determines, do we feel energetic and full of life and health or not so energetic? We're going to be talking about self-acceptance, but if any of you have negative thoughts that come in or you feel less than, that's an example of a concept that is certainly going to block some of that energy in the first chakra, in the self-acceptance chakra. Now, your body is like a tuning fork. So if in the energy flow, there's anything that's low in any chakra, your body will tell you. And if you realize, like with the positive thinking or negative thinking, it definitely affects your health when your concepts interfere with the chakra flow. Talking about concepts, I'm going to turn it over to Lilibet, who's going to tell you more about that.
So on the next slide, these are the list of the concepts. And what I really like about these classes is that I have learned techniques to manage my own energy flow. And through experience, I've really learned a great deal. But I wanted to point out to you guys first that we acknowledge that there are many other beliefs and that the inflows and outflows are located differently. But this system has worked well for all of us here, for me and all of us and many others. So we felt it was important enough to share with you. So if you're struggling with the differences you see to other systems, my suggestion is just to set that aside. When I'm dealing with everyday events, I'm not looking at a chakra map. I'm looking at what I'm thinking, my behaviors of myself and others, and on the concepts that I run into. So just let your focus rest on those things. So how clear I am in these areas will determine the energy flow that I'm allowing in. So I know for me, when I spot resistance in my flow, I start looking at the concepts behind each of these, or the area of the body that I'm experiencing issues with. So drilling down and exploring on these over the years has brought me more meaning and understanding to my life. So this first one, self-acceptance, that's inflow. It's located at the back of the head, and it's associated with receiving. And it's all about accepting myself as an individual and others as who they are. And wants, that's located at the coccyx, at the base of the spine. And it's associated with the earth and material aspirations or goals. Issues here may show up as back or leg problems. Needs, we all share the same needs for food, health, and shelter. If I can meet my own needs as an adult, I'm showing self-respect and I can survive and thrive. Identity, this is associated with the solar plexus. It's related to all the internal organs. It's the capacity to sense the needs and desires and feelings of others, but not become involved in their problems. And drive, incentive, is associated with the heart. This is the power within us that gives us incentive. It begins with self-respect and leads to well-defined goals. Relating, this is tied to the thyroid, and it's associated with all expressions through sound. And it's about expressing our thoughts and our feelings. And when I'm talking, I know when I'm talking and I clear my throat, I know there's something about what I'm thinking or what I'm saying that I probably need to look at. And sharing or outflow, that's the third eye, and it's associated with giving. This is about communicating with sincerity. So being mindful of our energy flow can bring greater insights. And I know I'm always looking for greater understanding of myself and the world around me. For me, my behavior is a good indicator that I need to manage my energy better. If I'm starting to do something that isn't in my best interest, or if I start to feel resistance, I start to look at what I'm thinking. It's been very helpful. And with each of these chakras, we can be open to 100% of the energy that is flowing constantly through the universe. We're going to focus just on 2 of the chakras for this class. Chakra number 1, self-acceptance, which is inflow, located at the back of the head, and chakra 7, which is outflow, sharing, located at the forehead. And we chose these 2 to talk about together because they're both their own distinct energy centers with concepts behind them, but they complement each other as they're the starting and the ending points of the flow of energy through the body. And we'll dive deeper into sharing and self-acceptance in just a moment, but be sure to check out parts 2 of this series to hear more about all the other chakras. Now we're going to move to Richard to hear more about balancing inflow and outflow.
Right now, if you look at this, this graphic that's up on the slide right now, we're focusing on number 1 and number 7, the inflow and the outflow. As was explained, it's important for me to understand how my thinking increases or decreases the flow of energy running through my physical system. No one allocates me a certain amount of energy. I'm allocated 100%. I'm part of the universe. That is my birthright. I reaffirm that every time I take a breath of air. So cold germs, cancer germs, all kinds of things are constantly in the environment. So why is it sometimes I'm susceptible to these things and other times I'm not? It's like they don't even exist. It has to do with how relaxed and in tune my personal energy is. And learning how to manage that for myself has been priceless, especially during this pandemic when a lot of people are afraid, but none of my friends are, because we know how to work with our energy. So chakra number one is the inflow, where the energy comes in, that 20-inch pipe of 100% energy that can flow into me there. And then the outflow is that 20-inch pipe of energy flowing out again. So if my self-acceptance is low, it's like turning a spigot off and not allowing that energy to come in. It's like the water main out in front of my house has tremendous pressure. But if I have some clogs in the pipe running into the house, I'm not going to have as much of that water pressure available to me as I would like to have, as I have a right to have. I'm paying for it. Okay. And the same is true with my outflow. If I have thoughts of how I'm not good enough to share, or what I have to share isn't good enough, or any kind of limiting thoughts around my communicating with the world around me, thinking I have to act like someone else rather than myself, thinking that I don't have a right to my own dreams and my own desires, that will turn the energy down in my inflow. So if I have an out of balance there, I'm going to feel it in my body. I would rather have 85% in and 85% out than 100 in and 85 out, or 85 in and 100 out. Because if I have more inflow than outflow, I'm going to feel bloated. I'm going to feel heavy. I'm going to feel pressure. If I have more outflow than inflow, I'm going to feel nervous. I'm going to feel just, it doesn't feel good. It's a feeling that of not having enough energy to do the things I want to do. So let's take a look at self-acceptance. This is the concept, how I work with that has to do with how much energy I'm letting come into my physical system. If my self-acceptance isn't strong, then I'm going to be starving all the parts of me that are strong, because as this energy flows through. So my self-acceptance is my ability to accept, is the ability to accept yourself as an individual, to accept other people as they are, and to comfortably receive things, thoughts, and feelings from others. It is the ability to see yourself and accept yourself as an essential part of the total environment. So let's drill down into this just a little bit, okay? I ask myself, how much do I accept myself? How much am I accepting the ideas and the dreams and the feelings that I get? Do I catch myself getting an idea to maybe go vacation in Mexico and then all of a sudden going, nah, I can't do that, or I can't afford that? These are the kind of things that limit my self-acceptance. How am I doing with accepting other people? That's a biggie right now. There's a lot of attitudes and thoughts and things out there that don't really mesh with mine right now. But I have to realize that everyone here is a soul. They're learning and growing, and they're doing the best they know how. So learning to comfortably receive things, thoughts, and feelings from the environment becomes very important to me. Am I getting caught up in causes that I can't really do anything about? So this will give you a feeling of how you can work with your self-acceptance and begin to refine it. And these are the things we do in New Spiritual Horizons program. As we move deeper and deeper into it, we learn how to get deeper and deeper healings.
So many of us have negative talk. So this technique really builds up that positive in ourselves. Not only is it an affirmation, but it also involves some movement. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our right hand, and on every word, we're going to tap our heart or our chest. So I'm going to demo. For example, we're going to say, I am positive. We'll start with that one. We're going to do it 3 times. And I want you to mute, but say it loud wherever you are. And when we're done, think of how you feel afterwards. All right, everybody ready? Here we go. I am positive. I am positive. I am positive. How did that feel? Would anyone like to share in a word or a phrase that you could just raise your hand? You can put it in the chat, or you can raise your hand. Well, to me, it felt very loving. And you can take any affirmation. We have, I am free. Whatever you feel that day, I am gratitude, but something that will bring your self-acceptance up. And that's very important, how we talk about ourselves. We do some of these techniques in group work, and the purpose is to compact and direct our thoughts and feelings into a beam of directed energy. So it's one of the first steps in establishing inner authority to accept ourselves and to accept others, complete acceptance. We're going to talk a little bit about the power of group work, doing this together later.
Let's look at our outflow. This was the inflow. That energy coming out the third eye is the willingness to give your time, knowledge, or skill to other individuals who need assistance. It is the ability to share with a true sense of abundance, freedom, and detachment. This is the outflow, the expressed awareness of the abundant life that is available to all. Where do you work? How are you with that? How are you at giving your time, knowledge, and skill to yourself when you need assistance? You know, if I ask you, who do you love? How many of you first think me, myself? This is all about our outflow. Being of service is a spiritual concept where we accept opportunity for our own benefit. In other words, I'm doing this class tonight because I am getting something out of it, and I know what I'm getting out of it. I'm getting an opportunity to outflow to people. I'm getting opportunity to share my experience. I'm getting an opportunity to help people who hear what I have to say and it resonates with. So I know what I'm getting out of it, but I'm still sharing with other people. I am being of service. And the clearer I am with how valuable my own services are to me, then my sense of abundance, freedom, and detachment are going to radiate that. They're going to echo that feeling that I have within myself. So those are the 2 handles on the spigots to my inflow and my outflow.
Now we're going to work with a technique that works with all the chakra system, and that at the end of today's program, we're going to be sharing a technique just for outflow. How do you give of yourself with that true abundance that Richard was talking about? So just take a moment, go ahead and close your eyes. And let yourself just be in the now. Feel a flowing energy entering through your back of your head, flowing down your spine, all the way to the lower part of your spine, which is called the coccyx area. Feel it like flowing with heat and healing and relaxation. Now in that coccyx area, the wants chakra, feel that energizing. Feel that healing energy radiate all the way down your legs to your toes. Now feel that flow of energy coming back up and flowing into your reproductive area, your needs chakra. Feel it cleansing all the organs and the tissues in that area. Feel it going up further up your body into the stomach and solar plexus area, your area of identification. And it's radiating all through that area and going up further up the front of your body into the lungs and heart area, energizing your drive chakra. That's your incentive area. Going up further, filling up the whole trunk of your body, now into the throat area. That's where the thyroid area is. That chakra deals a lot with your communication. Feel that filling up with healing, energizing energy so that your whole body is now filled. Moving up further, up through your neck area, face area, and through the front of your face and into the third eye area. That's your outflow, that giving part of yourself. And feel that energy just flowing from your third eye out into the world. And just continually visualize, like we showed you the pictures, just that flow of energy through the back of the head, down through the spine, up through the front of the body, and out through that third eye. Removing any limitations, that flow of energy, just sort of like the energy that created all the beautiful areas and parks, the power of water to just move out any resistance. Feel that flow of energy just energizing your whole chakra system. Now just take a moment, just sit quietly, feeling yourself being relaxed and strengthened as this pure love flows through you, in you, through you, and out of you. And then slowly come back to this room.
Everybody, we have one more technique to wrap up this class. Go ahead and take a deep breath again and close your eyes and relax. And see yourself filled with all the energy available to you, flowing through you. See that energy as light flowing through you and from you, filling your environment, filling your room, cleansing and clearing as it goes, your home, spreading light to all of its corners, your neighbors, your neighborhood, spreading light to all of your neighbors, your town, sending that energy out further, your state, filling all of its borders, and out and filling the nation far and wide, and sending that energy all the way around the planet, completely covering it with loving, light, cleansing energy. And start to come back, bring that energy back from the planet, back through the nation, your state, your town, your neighborhood, and your home. Back into your room and back into yourself. When you're ready, open your eyes. I really like that technique. It's another way to direct our energy. And finally, we'll have some more words from Kathleen.
So we really want to thank you. You know, I'll speak for myself. It's just a joy to work with this particular material. I'm a physical therapist by profession, and I just absolutely love anything that deals with healing, especially anything that I can do myself. So we're so appreciative that you gave us the opportunity to share with you. And I do want to encourage you you're going to get some follow-up emails, and open them up and see what they say, and maybe attend some of our follow-up programs. For me, it changed my life. It helped me learn how to be my own best friend, and it really gave me a sense of mastery. So I'm hoping it'll be the same for you. Again, thank you.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks so much. And just want to remind everyone that part 2 and 3 are going to be in March. So look out for that. Thanks for letting us share.
Thanks, everyone.